Well, Yamawachi, Amao, Akwaba, good morning. Baby, Oshayan free, ni baby, Utian free biano. Adom TV Sunday South Sotian Kawa, Asempa 94.7 FM. And na ye November, most of the Tosso, Edunkuno. Now, what you do, my dear, Unya, Nimse, now what you Bosea, na decide media na yede some war, Adom TV, so media imu, and someone Edia Cotena, or Chimuni Nano. Ye emu ba kumienu wo ha miensa kra na ehu hia pa no na fe ye ne abejafo esi ho enkonya na ye bobo ho donhwene mienu eda ye nim no kame ho na fe ye mfa nkomo a emu hwiam ebeboa oman Ghana ye de ebebrɛw se wo hwe enne mahofa ya na se enne definitely ye beka football sem kakra esanse nyame adoma efri wo china de kɔ no Qatar 2022 na se ye hye ase a enisa Ghana Black Stars ejina akono ye beka ya be ya wade etwam ya na hye last friendly ye ne Switzerland 2-0 na ehye ho a ama moral no ekosoro pa in fact support no akosoro ene ye betwetwe nkomo na afei ya hwe nyame adoma ya wada ebe 24th ye ne Portugal ye wie Portugal pe na ye ne ye fo te say team a metima ka say mini wo pa Uruguay wo so wo group nim ye ne wo ebehia anape na me ka che me producer wala nyo say for me say ye nim say be ya de but yantumi team bia no yan win match bia no yetimi ehye Uruguay me be fie kura I'll be fine I'll be okay because of nyada no omde ye nti ye Uruguay na fe ye South Korea na say ye group games no inshallah ye be ye Black Stars no ye be ye nti ye be football ho komo kakra George Adu Jr. A multimedia sports journalist I can say akopiem Qatar ye ne be twetwe komo he will be joining us pretty soon on our Zoom. So basically, that is the first conversation for this morning. Here we are. Now, the big one. Nnawotwi, the finance minister, Honorable Kanofuriata, akopiem ad hoc committee, Speaker of Parliament, a 38-member committee co-chaired by Honorable Katie Hammond and the Honorable Dominic Anyini. Wamatrase, the proponent of the censure motion, the minority leader, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, assisted by Dr. Kesel Atuforsen, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Esikuma Odoben Brakwa. Wamo akankrata bomu 7 grounds. Yebeje benafe yakum se finance minister no adwuma no enso ani ntie be ya onfo na adwuma nto ho na fe yempa nipa foforo na omra meso oman sikasem ntotoye no emu etoto to ano enra and the finance minister based on documents and grounds from the buy any no ono betina committee nanimu a ode ono so the side of story response menka sa ode ebetu dwa but yaka say the committee no the adwuma ni na ba na wie ya wo mo twen na from a report na fe the akoma speaker and pay ye beje bre na fe ya hwe count no ya hwe enra response bia finance minister Ede Ebetuja. So you may want to stay with us. Now for joining in live on Facebook, Adom TV live on Facebook, and Asempa 94.7 FM, and also on Facebook for a comment in the fatuho. Now afe yenjebre yenkenkan and farm interesting revelations and the response in we'll be playing some of the tapes near the na for abeja for hanomi yaje womo so womo adwenche ma menda mabeja for no edi ansa na metwa me ho akwajen krato ya ba ye ba na fe de nkomo no hyehyɛ so Ernest Adade is a member of the NPP communications team Ernest ewaha sanso and Bernard Techi Odro is also a member of the NDC communication team sanso and Anape. I'm happy to have the chief crusader himself Emmanuel Wilson on also so joining ewo dwumadi so abejafo mwakwaba bibi abokɔ de nyame ase ma mentwa me homra ye ba ye de nkomo no hyehyɛ so ya ma akye mwakwaba Yamo achema akwaba me dan say so aka ye ho atwen ye ma ye twe ho abamedin the chief Jerry Force na Adom TV na Nnawotwi dwumadi na yeguso a ye de brew no me dan say for comment to Facebook ye beje me na fa kenkan e de ama okay eti mame nkona ye ne ye colleague George Adu Jr. All the way from Qatar ye ne no entwetwe enkomo na yenhwe senia mood no etie enra emrantie no kodu Qatar na wo mo ahofa tum se fugu pa ene kenta ye de agu wo mkom Now to say Edan Sokra, uko social media, amanfo bebre, Ghana fo bebre na eni agye womo dressing appearance am du kopie Qatar mine mu no akoye asema eni kapa George osaso ya Miami music director George Adu Jr. Or a fantastic sports journalist. Georgia, bibia woko de
CJ me ho ye pa na mo ho to say
Nyame adom ye ho ye pa se ehoboko
Doha boko Kromha obia prepare for the World Cup. Now we do Doha International Airport ho obehu say country no or my ready for say competition we on person we here. It's some course say Doha so Qatar so enya dia betumi aye no enya dia betumi handle competition no. I mean, we go through the analysis now. Many are prepare say they will ensure say or mobile organize it. I mean, World Cup way say no be able say no Qatar aya dia pa it's a higher day. And then I can say no, I'm sure say who the way also all the euphoria the way the papier Beshia Black Stars make us say Doha are you ready pa for the World Cup?
Okay, George, Yansha so far teams are on record. Oma me drew Qatar honoma ready for the Mundial. Teams do not sign so far Omaba.
Oh, teams now banner there. Me sure say once 32 teams they expecting me sure yes. Across the bed 25 teams. You know, across the bed 25 teams because group H for and pay on Uruguay Uruguay back town. Into which group H for no Portugal about Uruguay about you know, I catch just one or two teams, but we are sure that by the end of the day, we'll be able. So okay. we'll be having a full house in terms of teams on Mabano. South Korea cried the mobile tempra, South Korea for cried the mobile temp. So once group H, make a group H because group H for the ball last day of the round, first round, no. Group H for the ball Thursday, no. Into the group H for we do the who are group A and B, C, D, E, F, and they were a long time ago. So once Group H for now be doing there, I can tell you that almost every team is here. We are preparing. We are preparing. I can tell you that OBI are ready for a competition.
George, after your last friendly, in Switzerland, a boy, you know, one boys players, you know, and the morale, especially after your last friendlies, you know.
Well, I can say morale no akosro kakra, but the percentage better so ABR. Na morale may 40% before. ABR make us morale no say I cover 65%. Well, because we share friendly say a boy, yani Brazil, you lose by 3-0. Almighty Brazil and Kenya them. But first half performance then shall yes sir. I will share game against Nicaragua no so you pretty bad 17 chances in the game. But you should go back home. It's also not you know, a very good performance and Ghana for be brave and you're happy with it. And in fact, players also not me very happy. The first ABN can some share a lot of goals in that game. It's not before the competition, no. Black Stars camp, Nankasa no more here some kind of confidence. Team no. Switzerland are a fantastic record. And so any team at the house in terms of form. A team 15th in the world, and you're into beating Switzerland no percentage of confidence that through. But the coaches are quick to remind the players say, "Your friend competition is start here. Watch Switzerland 7-0 now with the camp with the back Doha. Competition is start here. A honest so shall be say we a good team now with me about. Into the say before I mean. Confidence that was 65%. The one the at the moment, you know, player behind him say a Juman Kasabe starting next week Thursday. A Jumani points ahead na OGF Portugal, points ahead na OGF South Korea, points ahead na OGF Uruguay, and they are qualified to the next stage. That is the job. It's baby our company, player be a coach, be a official behind him say Switzerland a confident boosting win, but a Juman NCA and starting cry.
Ma share one coach Otoado interview bia na mu bisa no nientia or drop John Painter and afei slop imwaibe no de ma so we can continue the conversation. George.
Yeah, not I work at Joseph Painter,
yes.
Yeah, na France said John Painter yeah na so Joseph Painter when the football I Belgium and Jeffrey Slop when football Crystal Palace. Oh, it's Iti bisa coach say coach na ade no one from na coach say on the explanation of my players no now according to only principles in life no or dealing with a lot of trust into once on the players na kasa explaining the tea or call out no on my radio so and not on my TV so and I interview mu and the reason or the ama players no and that is where it ends and I be sad say hey, is it enough for journalists and I'll say oh it must be enough because at the moment you know, a team building or a team cohesion or Jeffrey Stoff Joseph Pencil maybe no money this time it doesn't mean say omuntu member for AFCON and I say you know Olympics and I say even the next World Cup inti ono pa de all my explanation be wo no to I don't know or the ama Joseph Pencil and in Jeffrey Stoff.
Okay. Thursday yani Portugal Mintimi who say when your opportunity to share Black Stars one more training any of the training and also for you say how much training I say George.
Oh sir yeah share omo your training Abu Dhabi Abu Dhabi training omo your be and then so omo call in for some light training omo your training and then so into training in the yenya kwan ahwe team no ye but who say team no a ye wo camp no at the moment no e so balanced that it's very difficult to so, be reading their coaches name in terms of their first 11. But the work goalkeeping, what Danlad Ibrahim or Manaf Nuruddin or Atizigi.
Yeah.
With the differences between the I mean, Osha performances now are very, very close. In Ochina Danlad beating match, Ochina Atizigi beating match, Ochina Manaf beating match. Uko defense wa, Uo Dandela Mate, Uo Mohamed Salisu, Uo Alexander Jiku, Uo Joseph Edu. These players are all fantastic players. Any combination be out of who call right hand side, who Tariq Lamptey, who sang Dennis Odoi. Our performance here quite close. Who call left side, who Baba Rahman Jinaho, Gideon Mensah Jinaho, and also a very, very close. Who buy in film Filimoa, Abiana Thomas Patia Chimukaka, but Salis Abdul Summit, all body football racing learn. A man a chance boy against Switzerland. Obian who say, hey, oh your bobo pa. Into Shemedoha, what Thomas Pate, what Elisha Wusu. Who a Salis Abdul Summit, tough, who call right winger, who Jordan Ayu, Fatawi Sahaku, who call left winger, who Kamal D. Suleiman, who Kamal Soa, who Bukari, who Bawenima, who Inaki Williams, Kudus Mohammed, Daniel Kofitre. I mean, squad Dankasa is so tight. And it means that coach will be to starting 11 left, right, center. And I coach to add also. Washa, maybe Diko to add cheaper because. Aside being very close to him, you know, I was there for Ghana-Nigeria game, 2 legs. You know, I was there in France and Spain. I'm sure say in all of it, it's very, very difficult to predict. Sad technical team where they are starting 11.
Okay.
You know, say, oh, some players are good at chess or more chess on the but it's so difficult, no matter how much I work training, you know. Bisa, I start question probably Bisa to say, now then I'm more there, you should train you trends. Or say, we are. Only technical team because nobody decided maybe on the final, maybe on the final. At the moment, they are you know, we can get in the links there, but we should train in the power.
Okay, but so far, there were 2 local-based players. I think a free year Banya anyone and a more local players. Banya anyone.
Yeah, we free year Banya. Danlad Ibrahim.
Asante Kotoko goalkeeper. Yes. So Danlad far, Ibrahim, yes. Cohesion to sign with the foreign-based players. George.
Yes. Oh, are you okay? I mean, for him, who say, Obi said Daniel free money Friday. The last call up, no, for France and Spain friendlies, no. They boy against Brazil and Nicaragua. He was there. Bani no share ne character and the charisma na flow cra. Obi who say many Bani interview be after the Switzerland game. Ojina ho kasana Kudus ba say, hey, Charlie, we are there just to give you an idea of the way our flow with boys. Bani has no problem at all. Now, Danlad, SO back camp, no, on all the national teams, under 17 or under 20 or under 23 or channel. It also has some rapport with the technical team. And now, Daniel, the free Bani and Adam for pa. It's only Adam for camp than the free Bani. But I think the 2 boys have done so well in the way I integrate into the camp. You know? They are looking very calm and no pressure. It's who said that the free performance now. Yehu against Switzerland was just an expression of how comfortable we are in the camp. And this is based on the teammates, any technical team, any environment to make it, you know. I tell you, say, a camp in Brazil, and there are no problems for anybody or person.
Okay. But coming up against Portugal, your first game, Yen na ya share boys no, especially mo dey ma share training. Yen chances to saying George.
Ayedin pa because Portugal your team are a lot of quality. Or a lot of quality that make up Bernardo Silva, that make up, Bruno Fernandes, that make up Cristiano Ronaldo, like a more quality and more quality are tested at the very highest level. They have something. They have it going for them. Playing against Portugal ain't easy. That's for a fact. But Ghana team also any team ain't that easy to play against. The problem with this team, they say, they are not quite a unit, quite a team, because omunya enough time to gel. We share the way I collapse that corner and Myanmar Akosono in the last few years now. We have not had a lot of time. My memo example between 2006 and 2010.
Okay.
2010 World Cup squad here see my memo example. 2016 no more World Cup no. One year ball Africa Cup of Nations 2008. Omoko semi-finals. Year 4 Mosanko 2010 AFCON. Omoko final. And the 20 boys don't win in 2009 World Cup no. Omonso ye the Omoko ball Chan and the Omoko ball AFCON 2010. They had a lot of time together. Start time no munya together no. It is what we experienced at the 2010 AFCON. Said they didn't have a lot of stars there, but it was a working team. The problem of this team is say omu need that time. Because we should be a players they FIBA no. Dan lad they could do some about 2017 and the 2017 World Cup. Come also come also nominate Abdul Salih so move academy so maba camp demo Thomas Partey, is the only one maybe from 2019. Omo mabo World Cup and quiet. They are you, Jordan are you. So the team don't really know each other. They are trying to get there, but that is one of the things against us. But we have individual brilliance. And Ghana is a stranger to surprising the world on the World Cup stage.
Okay.
When they're not too good, I'll say that we have a chance. Obviously, but I say very worried because Portugal, on a wing player, very very good.
George,
and proving goal scorers.
George, what you mean? For Ghanaians already, if you say permutations. Yeah, if you say permutations, as usual, we are very good at. Say, Switzerland crown no friendlies be against Portugal, Switzerland beat Portugal. So then, say if that is anything to go by, to me, as Switzerland, then it means that we are going to beat Portugal. Accession only
Mr. Ghana for me go to Jada me see fem see Mr. Ghana for pacho permutations no a very critical deal pacho wo friendly match mami extend bibi friendly match no coach bia won your head ebia na coach near wing play but a friendly match will be decided say I want to try middle, I want to try going through the middle on the match day he will try what is best for him inti pacho mo bia for friendly carry who share Portugal 10-0 cry nyare Mr. Mo. And I think that the target for the Black Stars should be say, our first target here, go and play against Portugal and get something from Portugal. More beyond yes, and Ghana, Switzerland, you qualify from group and I say there be Pacho World Cup. No, you're fan of match after match, no pressure. Yendi boys the chi, Obia managing expectations. World Cup in same CC, men person be able to say yeah, win pacho. Problems as a team, is what we have to try and solve. Early moments of the game, you starting game, your concentration you low, your ending game so your concentration you low. These are things that we have to work on. Brazil starts here up no match 3. Switzerland starts here not the chances for Switzerland. What World Cup history? Check what happened when we played against the likes of Italy. Look at the times we were conceding and the times we have problems. Our problems as a team, we have to solve it. But main council say, Enunti Obianko check Portugal, but Ghana will face Portugal. Ghana will do the best. But my expectations to Fasha Kutukomu, who will be a Bompire team. I think that the first target for the team is go out there and do a job against Portugal. You Portugal now, near Toaso. Me assembia me mamo me bomb kokokran and competition has started. Game after game after game after game.
All right.
Nothing more, nothing less.
George Addo Jr., thank you very much. Yeah, that's a part Joy Sports, sports journalist and Nafi and then I train Commander George Addo all the way from Doha, Qatar. And I train Commander. We are back to the studio. But there's no way we can zoom into the politics without having our takes on Black Stars and our chances. Mamisha say in free Bernard. Mamisha say in free also. Black Stars so far your performance with our friendlies near the preparation towards World Cup. Who is saying?
The Mamisha was here for no team.
Me pacho answer na obekasa no. Many George say or the kokobu bi buy.
Right.
Say pressure. Ghana for be fiase e dey two players in the technical team no so no. Aya emwa.
Right.
And I really want to hammer on that. Say yen so far pressure and two players no eso. Yet Ghana ha boys see ewa manoni a wo mo eko e dey atie nyina yanim. Yeah, the pressure and away and we should lower our expectations. We are coming up against Portugal. It's no mean a small team. Just a Portugal team kitwa kra. Eti yen susu enrezi yen Portugal bo na ye bo draw kra. Yen fa ne sa. Share ba ku bia yen fa share ho na fei. Nyame ye adom na ye winning so a. Alhamdulillah na ye koye nim. Yen susu fa pressure and two boys no. So and that's true.
Bernard, sorry. I'm chair what you for. In fact, we show you the Miami for Ashanti region by.
That's it.
Pass from Monday now we're Western North National Chairman of the NDC. So I got the course.
But your man I
was saying about show you so at this time.
That's it.
And so far so good. The campaign has been solid. Let me come to Blasters. To be very honest with you, I have no hope in the Blasters. I meant now show you so to pretend. I'm not a pretender. I am not those or better now to sugar. Me and sugar coat to West.
Why?
Oh, the records have been there. Let me tell you. Say about footballing now. Ghana is suffering from constipation of action and diarrhea of spending. The reason is that the real footballers...
But what can you treat, mommy?
Constipation of action and diarrhea of spending.
Of spending.
Yes. Say about constipation of action.
Yes.
The right decision was a management taking. We are not taking it. Look, in the days of Abedi Pele, Audu Isaka, when they are on the field, you see, say, there's a raw talent from the bushes playing. The players of today, look, Mimi Free Bono region, and I can tell you confidently, statistically, the best players always come from Bono region, the old Bono region. Ahafo, Bono, and Bono. It's in check records. Over Blasters history. But I know check footballers now. I quite said the Penufo Shisha Bimu, and I coach say for player away in bo. And I can tell you, say Ghana year. The only Koyuko country in the world that better Ghana be Brazil. Because the talent are there. But you see, constipation of action in say the right in him was here. But the bad spending. Opa man caucus Blasters World Cup. Says he can't train to ye. But the kind of things we need to do, we will not do. I don't think I make catcher will say. Me metna did be platform so not in the full glare of camera. No me pretend this all is well.
Okay,
I have no hope
so
and
far,
I will not pretend.
So far, what is left? Because say the kind of things that we need to do. We don't do. And then from Qatar then
all we say, if the foundation is wrong, it doesn't matter the roofing you have. You say, who see down now foundation? Who see Abronsen at also 10? Now who could two foundation a Abronsen at also 6? One day your building will collapse. That is where we are now.
What they saying?
The me patch and say, Blasters ne da hono. Oma ye bida. O check history. There no more ye drew maybe now for Africa and the world. Ghana was the doyen of footballing. There na sign the politics of footballing. And then maybe we be mun to me but will say it. So only some of the management of Blasters FA Kasa. People choose players for Ghana. People who are not supposed to play are made to play. Now, so we touch now the coach will survive.
But we just heard Otuado just before Mbeko Katai said the selection, the team or the econo, it is his responsibility. Obian one more hand in any of the collapse or Is that not enough to convince you, say, the days of among for the players, coach, it's over?
The most cheapest things ever to give are promises and words. But promises are debt, and not all debt are paid. The Otakan, Fasho Timu said, he's just giving you a promise. Promise though is a debt, but not all debt are paid. They are what can I promise and I will give you. As to whether it will materialize future hotel. But as a Ghanaian, as a person seated here, dear, me and family rank or shall be my chamber, my blood pressure. I'm keeping my pressure low.
But that's it. Chief Crusader.
Yes.
The Black Stars. Yeah,
that's it. The Edika, I mean, World Cup is one of the biggest platforms. In fact, it's the biggest platform in the history of football and in the process.
The calendar of football.
Yes. And until say, when you such a platform, what you do is we assemble your best because any beer ever.
Absolutely.
First off, Mami appreciated the appearance of the Black Stars. It reflects truly young as of mine. I think the last time I mean who such appearance was I think African Cup, one of the African Cups, Black Stars Ekoye, under Nkrumah. I saw the pictures. Now, who saw pictures now compared to
Olympic Games? Some corner and saying,
and some year this
yeah, number to man, yeah.
Who those pictures now compared to pictures and drama who you now? It is a true reflection of Ghana's identity. Now, the platform behind you are a song for us to reflect Ghana's identity than the World Cup. And until whoever gave them that idea, no, I think it's a commendation. And the Black Stars then said they were looking fantastic in it. The other thing is that we share the lineup now. My disappointment is the fact that the local players, I think some you two, three.
Yeah. Dan Lad Ibrahim and free.
If you have a squad of over 20, now local players, A2, I think it is something that it is in Ayeshe as of mine. For me, it also reflects your local league, it is a Yeshemukina Kakra.
And yet that attractive.
Well, I wouldn't say and yet that attractive, but the image me I can say there's more room for improvement.
Okay.
Into local league, you share how best you bit me strengthen so that you bit me produce a bit more of local players. Because truth be told, there are talents in Ghana, super talents in Ghana. ABGD say those individuals are foreign players are don't be. Most of them, almost play throughout in Ghana, they may not have been this polished. It means that they have opportunities out there the local players don't have here. And until the local players, and the management of the local league, you share how best are you better to near you better me polish your local talent. But finally, the Black Stars are there to represent Ghana. And until and you're perfect though. But in this instance, the encouragement I made Ghana for with one spirit, you support to the Black Stars. Now you hope the best for them. My main commendo for the attire you are wearing. In fact, I think to say a share BBC now you reflect because we are in that mood.
Absolutely.
Into your pool. This is not the time it is say you blaming individuals. This is the time you be making the best out of what we have. After you win a bar, then we can start the criticism.
Okay.
But for now, dear, may we show we are the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Enesu.
Thank you. Black Stars, media, baby, I mean, confidence. Our team, qualifiers. So we shall time a drew baby maybe before when we were going to play Nigeria. Na minim say you free.
First leg na second leg.
No, by the first leg na emwa eden amai. But even when we were going for the second leg na ma adwene here me say Nigeria for the omuko che Nigeria umbe say empasa. We qualified out of that difficult situation. Inti ma menya confidence be say the tie bia no. This is the team we have. As to whether Obi na selecting my coach or as to whether boys these are the best we could put forward. They were more corner. I believe there was a time in our history we may have the best of teams. Me say me kai team bia na me feel say team no talent pa. Na yes some team bia na Prince Poli nom Franka Mankwa that team Abedi Pele look Abedi Pele we your friend say Tony Yeboah look
I don't believe we have had a team like
Stanley
that in our history. I don't believe it. That team never crossed the line. A Drew baby, your confidence war from Pano. Him for a crossing line. And yet, Stephen Apiano. And I remember the talent are not you cross our time. No, we were never able to. We Yanko World Cup that. Intermediate as to whether the best talent are ye what ne field no so ne. And I say, Frefre Kobo bi na ya ye di ko honom no. Team are ye di Aqua World Cup. And the only thing I am proud of is the fact that kind 32 teams in the world. Our mbe appear World Cup. And I 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghana. That's my pride. Me say Yamboshi the first round na ye Ghana free mu. Say Ghana kwa na Ghana kofa cup no. My pride is that 32 no. Bubodi no. Krokitwa bia eda Africa. Bonity, your friend Ghana.
Okay.
I am proud of that.
But that's it.
And I share other teams are new or more call from Africa. If Africa is doing well, your numbers never increasing. And you know, we should rather look at the best critiquing any sanyamano. We can do it always. But me say the one teams we bring Ghana ha. Me nim Ghanaian player bia who feel sanka so appear World Cup Sabri Oniho. I don't know of any. Inti dia yanya ya dia kono ye fa yen pai bonta o wachi na yen support wo mu so mutumi ko ya dia ye be hira nyame so mo ko na anko ye yi a omumra ye be san launch another one other
but that's it. Okay, yeah, really say remember the main topic, which of course you named that the honorable finance minister Nnawotwi Yi know he's been trending as a committee at Nasi and on a Juma all year. In fact, the minority in parliament at the a motion of censure ekoto Mrashebejafie speaker for the APAO committee ma omatna so and finance minister no opportunity to respond to all the grounds are minority for the Ebeto committee no and measures here free Ura Wilson also na meaning we know say we will not spend much time with us so before but so far a Juma committee no aye day one. The second day, GMPC, NPIAC for EBA and then Enra, our finance minister, appear before the committee. Answer na meba also no major assessment, but yeah share sa video of some of the proceedings our Parliament House or yaba nothing about.
Okay. Into office in 2017, everything we have sought to do was aimed at making the lives of the people better. We have been focused on this vision to improve lives, and in the first 4 years, our efforts were leading to a realization of the vision. Today, I acknowledge our economy is facing difficulties, and the people of Ghana are enduring hardships. As a person President Akufo-Addo has put in charge of this economy, I feel the pain personally, professionally, and in my soul. I see and feel the terrible impact of rising prices of goods and services on the lives and livelihoods of ordinary Ghanaians. I feel the stress of running a business, but it is the strength and perseverance of the Ghanaian people that inspire me and my colleagues in government every morning. And it's to press on. That is what gives me the strength to press on, to find solutions and relief for Ghanaians to the myriad of problems that our country and the rest of the world are facing, especially since March 2020. Co-chairs, let me use this opportunity to say to the Ghanaian people what I believe with courage every finance minister around the world may wish to say to their people now. I am truly sorry. Since the Akufo-Addo government came into office in 2017, everything we have sought to do was aimed at making the lives of the people better. We have been focused on this vision to improve lives, And in the first 4 years,
Okay. That was the finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta. Ura Wilson.
The Kai, baby and Pempensa it came from two funny reasons.
Okay.
One, majority, a section of majority say they don't want the finance minister to stay into Onko. Within some few hours or so, and a minority for a submitted a motion for censor say Onko. Funny enough, it do embrace to say accept it or otherwise the censor. Majority for say they want the finance minister to go, but they want it in a different process. Until they will not support the censor. And no, and they move to this committee level. Now, say Yempo, Ghana is in hard times. One thing we fail to forget and say, finance minister, no, he's managing two ministries. Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning. Most people forget about the economic planning and they concentrate on finance. Economic planning simply means you make projections, even into the future. And until you have short-term plan, long-term plan. In Pempenso, you do say as of mine. We should understand one thing, and that thing is it is simply because of the planning, the kind of planning the minister or an Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, headed by the minister, Emeki. Mate people making argument to the effect say, oh yes, and there's COVID, and there's Russia-Ukraine war and all those things. For me, I had the most bogus arguments in one can make.
Identity.
Because you see, when you are making planning, now you are having what we call effective planner. You make room for even assumptions. Today, as we speak, America, I know for a fact, say they have planned to the extent say the whole world has shut it down. Now they have to rely on nothing. At least they can feed their entire population for a minimum of 6 months. That is planning. Are you getting it?
Me too.
That is planning.
Me too.
Today, as we speak, what kind of planning do we have to say? Say Bani said the whole world has shut it down. Now you initiate cry, we can't even go to farm any BPR. Can the country sustain us for even 1 week? And if people can plan to that extent, now we can sit down and say COVID, Russia-Ukraine war, and it is the most bogus. In fact, it is a reflection, as on mind, we have failed. We don't even know how to plan and we don't even know how to go about things. That is the first thing. Second thing, share the count. The majority or minority submitted a count of, how do you call it? 7.
Yes.
And 7 or 8.
No, 7.
7.
7. And I'm saying run on really out 2. He
share the counts. I am interested in even 2 of them. First has to do with gross mismanagement. The fact of the matter is that there is and there has been a significant gross mismanagement as far as our economy is concerned. Look at one, our expenditure. We have documents, Manfibian Bahanmo, but we have documents which talks about how I buy and manage the state coffers and asika abai yenya, especially with PPA, Public Procurement Authority. CJ, may share some of the documents with you. But if you see the way and manner in which government expenditure takes place, you will weep for this country. Pena ube to me atono ebia 5 cities. Owukrum. O kwakoto through Abaya and now to any of the ministries near there. You can allocate and Abaya, you can purchase it for as high as 20 cedis, 30 cedis. Which clearly suggests, say, oh, manage or private business, there's no way you will go into such kind of deals and transactions. Today, as we speak, we have dollarized our economy in every aspect. And it is simply because, among other things, it is simply because we have failed to add value to anything that we produce in this country.
Well, on the issue of dollar, interestingly, a year between Ono as finance minister and the governor of the Bank of Ghana, why any duty say or share the stabilization of the dollar? And his response to me, Papa, from what you said, maybe you can educate us on whose responsibility it is. So I better say, dollar and a city is it the finance minister, because he's also in charge of economic planning, as we are rightly saying, and also the governor of the Bank of Ghana.
Say a young wine duty, say young wine duty. There is an absolute. Oh yes, there's we see here, but say a year a government duty, and I say say a year Bank of Ghana duty, and I say a finance minister duty. There's a fundamental issue, and that for me is what we should be looking at. The fundamental issue is, how does an economy and a country strengthens its currency? That is what we should be asking ourselves. Because say you may say that fundamental issue now, it doesn't matter who is supposed to strengthen the cedi or the dollar. It won't work. The fundamental issue is that for you to strengthen your currency, you need to do certain basic things. One key among them is that you should always ensure, say, you are engaging in finished products. And now, let me give you a typical example. Yetu oil wa Ghana. Tor is not working. Crude, we ship it outside. It is refined. Na yashishe dollar. Akwa akoto. Meboa. The abag country name.
Okay.
Because you can't buy crude in its raw, with the Ghana cedis. It is not accepted outside. But in Kenya, if we were adding we were finishing the product, foreigners ever beto your finished product, they will be forced to buy in our currency. The cedi will be strong. A typical example is this Russia and Ukraine. People make arguments and say omo no mama, war no nama, difficulties happen.
Yes.
It is on record. Say in this era where Russia and Ukraine are fighting, this is the time omu currency has become stronger. It's on record. It's a fact. Why is it so? It is so because Russia decided, say, okay, so we now put sanctions on us. We have a finished product. Finished product, we now move better. You decide this better in our currency. All of a sudden, overnight, their currency has become strong.
Yeah.
It is not an argument of, is it the finance minister of Russia who is supposed to stabilize, or it is the governor who is supposed to stabilize? We always miss the argument. And that is why Ghana will never move on. Instead of us tackling issues from the root cause. And that is why I was happy. Me, personally, I was happy. When the president, now president, then candidate, made an argument during his campaign, said he wants to move this country from a Georgesburg economy. Do you remember? So we're moving this country from a Georgesburg economy. All he was trying to say was that he was going to add value to Nneɛma you produce. And that's why he went further. Ocheche say, Obe build one district, one factory. Obe making sure say exportation of your raw materials, now it will be minimized. You will only export finished products and all that. These were arguments the president made. Today, as we speak, as a result of mismanagement, of which the finance minister is part of, because he's part of the economic management team, Meboa. He is part of it. Is Bank of Ghana governor part of economic management team?
No.
Are you getting the fundamentals that I'm raising?
Yes.
But if we have the economic management team failing to put in place the basic management, basic things, then we come back and say all this. Today, as we speak, Ghana's currency is the worst performing currency. And as a result, affected the beer in this country.
You brought the issue of your current debt stock. which has jumped from 120 billion to 450 billion in the last 6 years. And the finance minister's response on that question, that the focus should be on what the loans have been used for and its benefit to the nation, i.e. one district, one factory, education, interchanges, planting for food and jobs, and in fact, I think to the tune of over 300 million? Yes.
Billion.
Billion. 300 billion.
Yeah.
His response to your debt stock, satisfactory?
So boyish a response. And indeed, you see, the finance minister, and that would have been my conclusion, which I was quickly coming to. But the response or the Maya, a very boyish. In other words, a just childish response. And the Maya. Say, indeed, Okobobesia, truly, Okwaji loan, Yenina loan, because no one is an island. But the bottom line is, what do you do with the loan? And only at the end, Okwaji loan for consumption purposes, at the end of the day, you will be in serious debt. But Okwaji loan for generation, revenue generation purposes, it is one of the best things because we be to your loan, and at the end of the day, we be your profit in return. Say, debia ye loan. Now your loan stock has become so huge. Say, as we speak, Ghana's loan to its GDP, loan debt to GDP, is over 70%. Which serious country does that? It tells you clearly, say loans are here, we are not using it for any better management of things. Or no catch and say 1D, 1F.
1F interchanges are here, education, the investment in education, planting for food and jobs.
Where are they? They keep talking about it. Where are they? Where are these things? That's the question.
Ernest, he'll be in the good position.
But we are all in this country and we see things. And sometimes when you get people making arguments, including finance minister talking in response or the there will be someone who say, are they assuming say country? Just 2 or 3 days ago, one of the communications MPP communicators, what's his name? Anyway, one of them, the STC. Boss, no. Akumia was on one radio TV station, if you permit me, Metro TV, making reference to a factory in Upper West. Our factory has employed over 100 people, 1D, 1F. Less than 30 minutes, that factory was shown on the station at Northeastern. Factory now apparently last year, could try a sort for the construction of it. Building no omunsi cry in we. Me say building omunsi we. It was brought to his face, and I'm so happy.
It was on
live TV, and I'm so happy. Say nowadays, especially the media, you are doing a super fantastic work that people just do not come and say things and go scot-free. I see if say the producer knew, said this is what the man was coming to say. And quickly, the thing came on live TV. I feel their papa need to papa. I'm like, look, you see, if the media had not been proactive, the man would have just said this and it would have gone. 1D, 1F, papa, where are they? And what has been the impact of it? All I know is that it was a Kunfi juice, whatever factor. Yes. Even with that one, as we stand today, reliably informed, say they are having challenges with production. Are you getting it? But the bottom line is, what has been the overall impact? If it has impacted her, Inca won't be having this pile of debt.
Emmanuel, Kanofurata has apologized.
That
or say, I am sorry.
The other
him, I am truly sorry.
The other part, the name the ambassador is that one of the issues had to do with conflict of interest.
That's the first count.
The most important thing that is here when they say every single loan that we take, it is brokered by Data Bank in this country. And when Data Bank engages in that role, they have a percentage they take. It's loan stock ye can apale up percentage. Say Ghana loan ana bosia boy yakoje no say you 10,000 Ghana cedis, $20,000, whatever it is, there's a percentage bank data bank a benefit from it. Look at the owners of data bank. Question will be Bisani say, is that the reason why President Ekache majority for almost say Kenufurata enko off no? Is that the reason why President Ka say omo manu kwai na onwie with the IMF negotiation? Is it because the IMF negotiation, you know, the brokerages and the part payment will come to data bank, so we should allow him to finish the process so that they will benefit from the IMF before he leaves? These are questions that are coming up. But the bottom line of this whole thing is, even if for nothing at all, Kenufurata opening his mouth to say, oh, you're sorry, there's hardship in this country, it is an indication. So Onua Wajatum say he has failed. Why should we still allow even he himself, so our conscience, why should he still be there when he knows, one, he has mismanaged the economy, he has failed to plan effectively, and until I will be say. Two, I mean, if for nothing, even on moral ground, yes, you're suffering. Even on moral ground, just the fact that there's conflict of interest. To the extent that your company is making benefit out of it. Isn't that just wickedness? Isn't that, look, ordinary citizens, their plight. Yes, no. People are not seeing it. But what even hurts me most is that Ghanaians, the average Ghanaian, the tolerance level for mediocre or mediocrity level is super high. We don't believe in excellence. I have heard people saying, oh, Papa Nankasa Wakase, Wapacho, into Wapacho, they are Yinjan on Tena Hono.
Achopan is not enough.
Are you supporting that?
No. I'm
and I make us say, Obi Pacho, Obana Mami, Juma Seminye. Nami Amajatum say, me sorry, mean to me, I know the way you expect her. What is the next thing to do? Am I not supposed to leave for you to bring in a better person? Mind you, governance has to do with human lives. Or mismanaging economy. People are not just lamenting. I know people who have lost their lives as a result of the mismanagement. How long are we going to sit and allow people to mismanage the economy and still say, oh, they are wapacho, so we shall allow it? What even hurts me, but what even hurts is that there are people who are bold enough to make comparison and say, oh, now compared to the previous government's crowd, ye ABCD, into say the ABCD near the F E and F young boy abaso. Why do we compare ourselves to lower standards?
Your take on Enra, you are him for Bibria, Babe support the finance minister Kenufurata.
It was the most embarrassing moment for me.
Oh,
the most embarrassing, shameful moment for me. And I said to myself, say, look, sir, I don't know them. I don't even know some of him for Ampa. And they were just walking on the street and you're from your dress on better now. I don't know. But say Ampa pass on him for Ampa. They should bat themselves in shame. Ahimfo are supposed to be the custodians of the land. They are supposed to live beyond reproach. If there are difficulties, the ordinary citizen is supposed to run to Ahimfo. And that is why Ahimfo Omotena has no end compared to politicians. Omotena is 4 years, 8 years, and the rest. And to say, when the politicians are fooling, Ahimfo should be the people who are confident to tell in Crawford, say, hey, me nana, like the way Otumfo Ekasa refers to everyone, no matter your age. Say, Oframo say, me nana or whatever. Me this year.
Me nana.
For you to know, say, he's above all of you. This is the position of Ahimfo. And yet, some Ahimfo have shamefully sold their dignity. And what were they doing there? What a shame. And that is also one trend that is happening in this country. When ministers and the rest, they appoint they are a whole village. Some will be supported. Support for what? You are being given an appointment and you are being vetted to go and work for us. Now, at the end of the day, me vet you can say interview had moved to be employed. No, I him for the way tibaha.
Debbie.
Even your mother or your father, or do it about her. But yet, politicians who are supposed to be our servants, even your so-called ahimfo, whether they are fake or real, have created the impression, say, the very moment a bit more political appointments, you are a thin god. That is why they come up and the politicians take all of us for granted. And now, me know, Kasi, Kenoforiata, sa ahimfo no, don't they know? And now, omu ni constituents, omu ni inkrofo e show masia, omu su se niyama nkoyi. If you have people in your jurisdiction as Ohini, no musu se niyama nkoyi. Now later, you are seen supporting Onipakua, who is mismanaging the economy. What are you telling Sound?
You say ahimfo ye omo ba ye, se bi omo bedu ya wada no kra nwumre, ba bi omo ba koda hotel. Accommodation hun se fre dan ya mbedie enro mbetena hoi ehun pedi e mo wie a se bi o man kwen ro ankora na mbekwen na ombesan da anapay ansana o masa akọ obi a hye ne nsem kakra ya da o mo ase
nyasa ben na ade emeki nyasa ben na ade we emeki. You think in a serious jurisdiction, US, UK, I mean serious jurisdiction and development ekoso, you will get people to come and sit there wasting their productive time in the name of Mema moral support. Wasting their productive, and if no money you may be aye. Oh, I think
the chief of staff was also there.
Oh, I think
the chief of staff no the defense minister also no coming to support the finance minister.
Chief of staff, defense minister. Yamo mejuma ayetu omuka with our taxes. Defense minister. By now, he should be liaising with interior minister to be talking about how they can protect our territories against terrorism, any kidnappers, any whatever is happening. We join the Juma at the end of the day, Yebetuanika, to come and sit in the name of giving moral support. How many hours now are they happening in Ndra? The whole day. International said the whole day, they wasted their time. They didn't go to the office. And yet, at the end of the day, Yebetuamuka with our taxes. Chief of staff, or spending the whole day and dra, at one most or support to be. Not just one quiet, you may be our office. Not just Andra, so only chief of staff for appointments, and now say anything official, you unkotono. Not ho, wasting the whole day's productive day hours. Now at the end of the day, at the end of the month, you're about to
But finally, Nafi, has the minority been inspiring? Putting everything together, and then the questions are more ebisa. Have they been? I mean, the chairpersons. I mean, especially from the majority side, Katie Hammond.
I think the chairperson, Katie Hammond, tried to reduce the whole thing to just a joking platform, and I'm disappointed. He really reduced everything to a joking platform, and to an extent, he created the impression. Say, I mean, I did we see baby. It's just a waste of our time. That is how he's supposed to. You see, I think, say, look, maybe I am the only one, but the passion and the anger I see in the system with regards to how difficult the economy is, I think, say, most and some of your leaders, they don't see it that way, including Katie Hammond. To the extent that he can, whether sarcastically, seriously, or jokingly say, I know you're on top fool. Until he doesn't know anything about price increments. You can say this on such a committee. Oh, honorable member, don't say this. As for me, I don't buy fuel, so I don't know what you are talking about. I don't know whether there's an increment in prices or not. The same thing. Some time ago, when the man planting for food and jobs, you can say, Minister Akoto
Free,
was asked on one radio station somewhere 3 or 4 months ago, Honorable, I think in Kumasi, Honorable, yes, say Nyama Bo Akosro. Oh, why not Kasa? You know how he speaks. Why not Kasa? Nyama Bo Akosro. Honorable Bankrofoko Dream Koton Nyama. Obiase Nyama Bo. Oh, and yes, sir. Endra Krami Yeriko Dream or say Nyama Bo Enkosro. The joke of it. The joke of it. It's like we are just playing with everything. That in Ghana, a serious country, a minister's yardstick for checking whether Nyama Bo Akosro or not is the wife going to the market. Onya, my minja the economy busiafo.
All right, Emmanuel Wilson, Chief Crusaders Against Corruption. And I attend in Kano. Sanya, the time no akwa ma mintwa me ho besima me ba na fei NDC phone MPP phone na yetwetwe nkomo. Be the Chief Jerry Forson. Nnawotwi Yi need stay with us. Kwa baby Adom TV so dey Nnawotwi dwumadi ene eguso a ye de bro show time no asema no be ye enso na abapa nonkro no ehun na se kwa akopem nundu pepepe na ya sorry na tactical board enso so efri insura 104.5 FM ye de no e de bro Yembra Studios Abidjafo ewa ha Ernest Adade of the NPP and Bernard Techi Odro or a campaign spokesperson for Chairman Samuel Ofosu Ampofu. Why that correction? Also, CJ, the designation pa any Okasa the match chairman of Usampo. And my member also. Finance Minister Uncle. What part of the about Uncle Ernest?
You made us say, where the match for na Madam Obiasi, say Moshe and Sabri. Finance Minister Uncle. CJ question with you. But maybe my opinion. I will express a personal opinion. Say me as an individual there. Obi appointed no, and nipa no ebetumi nedi. And I say wakache and say why jumani bi kona kotena se. MPP MPs no 95. Actual crata science say Finance Minister Onko. Out of 138, now 95 say Onko. The number is more than half. Enti media me madwene amedete ha ne say one more or money ye adwuma. One dear or appointed no obi adwene say Onko. Me anka meko. Me ne finance minister anka ochina no pa mo be sorry.
You just do the honorable thing.
Na ma ka kire mo say ma ye adwuma ni bi ma yere me ho me obi a me nye sansani me nye obi a mabobra ma nantia me ba say me beboa me man. And in fact in his final statement no o ka asem bi etache e no say wan hwe yi a ye nya nipa titru a nipa nimdifo a omo ye Ghana fo a bia omo wa ma no ne niama omo be ba be omo be ye omo adwene abo omo trimu pose ye ba be boa ye man because of maybe
because ono ba say
na brabo say ono be boa o de nim de kakra ne ne bibi kakra ye be boa e na hwe say de ye twe na abo so enti no
but a party who claims to have the men there this shouldn't be a problem for you.
MPP have the men. It's not that one is not just a cliche, it's a fact. Say if you come within the MPP, finance ministers are able to me anya so safoma for your finance minister. Now you see your boy Juma pa. Your friend or ya die your bonus emrani. Now could you ready to be a finance minister? No so who say. So the men are there. We ain't even fire Ninsi back. So instead of American say Drew Mrebi na say the why no why the obey to me. If I were in his shoes. With his kind of person, the caliber, and nim dear said there was ya Bob Brane Druno, Uchin and Nimu were former sana, the media, the other side of it are NDC 4%, much they say, Yenya, ye be yine free ho, and untina MPP, the majority in parliament, they say, essential no dia yen support. If I am in his shoes, I would do same because. Say he will go down in history as the only finance minister, and I think it will be the only minister. Yeah, essential na ye free na bibisa. That will not be a good history to make, in my opinion. And you know, he will fight that. And if I were in his shoes, I will fight that. Say or fight here no way.
Fighting. I mean, say or fighting. Is that the way to
go? He has a good case. Well, you're caught into the details. I will raise all my opinion. On this, and the position of it. Well, to answer the question you asked, I know na me answer say, obi na appointed no. Nipa ne say maintenance kakra na me nye bibi mana. Bibi nti no appointed.
But should it always be about nipa no appointed or no?
Oh, of course, people. Option. Yeah. Say, me mumu dia. Nka mo be sorry china no pa na matumi hofo. My yebi, he's done what he could. He's done his work well. Why yet you be to me bia say obi any so, especially when it came from the majority side. Say ye ni so the why ye no na say ni say. Many omunya adwin. When I get there, I will go into
what the majority MPs
many omun sheda anya adwin sir.
Adenti, let's get
so we can go deep.
Sure.
Issues now, my majority MPs na say onko. Some of the issues are mimati, and they say wambwa economy na nye. The facts doesn't support it per se. Number two, so but economy back in the world today, one pay. So to me, Bob back one, the economy is flourishing. A jinani nice from Akasifona America, Echo Senegal, no Ketwaya, Rwanda, no more Africa here. But economy one. Jinani nice one. Ni bibia airflow pepe.
Me found question to cry. Yeah, neighboring country Cote d'Ivoire.
It is not true.
They are not.
Look, the Obi mini menu and this ni ba kun was show bi so. He brought when he said that or can say yanko Nigeria ankoshe. That was the day and Nigeria for WhatsApp petrol. Like, or see Nigeria things are going well. Look at the WhatsApp going round. Who need Nigeria? Who Ghana? Obi say yes say. Who told you Cote d'Ivoire is doing better than us? Let me tell you. Economies are omoniama. The way they manage the economy is different. Into me catch Obia say yeah argument. Now confirm the safer zone countries. What floor argument?
No, but how?
What floor argument?
Which countries are safer zones and which countries
safer,
are not?
CFA zones.
Okay, safer. Okay.
They are different. Their management is different. The way their economies are run are different.
Inflation.
But countries are multi say yen. One more eti say yen. Ghana, free Ghana. Yen or yen next door. Nigeria, anameboa. Jampun ketwa no yen Africa for yen African countries no yen economy yen budget ni yen niama no. Obi boa yansa na yetumi aboya yen ho akwawma. Nti omo de for amuto nchen. Na kwa kasefo no. Look at the UK. Is the UK not going to the IMF again? Enya UK omo sake omo prime minister, omo sake omo finance, omo ya wie ye no economy na ye better. Look at the almighty, mighty, giant US. It is a what names are US? The CD na ye de bo Kenofriata so bo say ona wama CD ni ko form. It is because America is trying to save their face and their country. America, for the first time in the history of the world, dollar na edwane assign pound sterling.
No, but
me
America is saving theirs. They are saving theirs.
Yes.
What are we doing as a country?
America? So that is where we are now. And I will provide you the solution.
Is in charge of the economy.
My solution. No. And America say, media who say Kenofuriata as an individual enquire. You haven't. I don't can't say Kenofuriata entenancy. That's not what I have said. Me pacho etiefo maminyek ne clear any atwefo nyina me ka say Kenofuriata must stay. I am a fan of an immediate reshuffle. I support it. Inti me ka say Kenofuriata must stay. But the American say obia na adwene ya ne say Ghana problem ayetimu ne say ye Kenofuriata na ochna uko jomu a ubeto banche na uto no 200 cedis uto no 20 cedis ene no ubeto no 1 Ghana cedi china udada ho it will not happen. Se wadwene ya wo say Kenofuriata konne na dollar ni 14 cedis into you Kenofuriata net the dollar is going back to 6 cedis and now 8 cedis udada ho. There is a solution, there is a pill a draw why I say you know
we'll come back to the solutions, but Ben my brow so your take so far committee no aye adwuma my member also
Jerry my men sanche what here for no for the position of my brother and your backed by science and data is just emotive. We Afro barometer research I will not just pick out of the wind. Afro barometer report for 2021-2022. Let me take you to the glance views on the economy. And nobody can dispute the pedigree of Afrobarometer since 1999. And there is edition for 2021-2022. Jerry C. Views on the economy. A majority of Ghanaians say the country is heading the wrong direction and offer negative assessment of the country's economic condition and their personal living conditions. This is at a glance. Say, Obi Fagana economy, now, that is what you see. And I'll tell him, from economic perspective, you are in a kakistocratic government. And in kakistocracy, you do two things. You privatize national wealth and publicize national debt. No, Obi so what I and you're dealing with two people. Sometimes in a council, I was all kind of now trim.
What kind of we know actually, Mamma?
They are buying where you face my economy, no. I go down in the abyss, no. You know. Or my privatizing money ye die. And on my publicizing my no car. Why is it like that?
Yes.
So why have they privatized our wealth and publicized our national debt? You live in a country per Article 284 of this constitution. It is clear, Jerry. I can't tell me no say. Okay? So we are buying munipa. Article 284, Code of Conduct for Public Officers. And I can't tell me no say so we are buying munipa. And you can read to your audience. Now, pese udi mine nim kobo bosiana. Oh yeah, dear be obenya. Either direct and indirect benefit. Recuse yourself. Me tremo dear a buying we ya and your kakistocracy mu. The Omaya say at any material
for the purpose of right. US into mankind.
Sure,
Article 284. A public officer shall not put himself in a position where his personal interest conflicts or is likely to conflict with the performance of the functions of his office.
Thank you. Enti Jerry, my point in the saying, you will kromuha. So share an organogram of an institution biana. Your shareholders and directors, etc. Data bank who are the shareholders. Enti say me BOT. Me di Ghana my enim kobo bosia. Na bosia bia me bon me shareholder in a company ma breach Article 284. In that situation, no. Jerry, at any moment, a minor care door, so no, na me ye di peja. So there is an investor say might be an so unya leaders are omoduno mo bottom ho a. So really the conspiracy theory now, the conspiracy of the conspiracy of the rich. I bet you will say so unya aban mo nipa. Amfa so twitwi die no mo pa. In as much as a minor kofam no, omo peja. Number 2, adade can say economies be anywhere na flourish. And it's not backed by science and data. What can Cote d'Ivoire or say no? My for the major cash crop of the world, cocoa. And now I can say, a bag of cocoa in Cote d'Ivoire is saying, and a bag of cocoa in Ghana is saying. That is even the litmus test. Bemo who say may be a cononym because I may turn the na book me fancy the same value, the same content. Adom TV, Adom FM a different product, different companies. Adom FM say book we are the same content, same value, no. May turn 10 CD. Adom FM say me turn 11 CD. Yeah,
baby wo yes say a train me no esa paso a.
Ye nia ba ko no nya ba ko
enja ba ko.
Enti ko bag na wo turn me kire no de chest Cote d'Ivoire e born ho modern chen Ghana. And me use only one variable. Me use two na makwachi. Me the cocoa as a cash crop. In fact, all over the world, statistically, factually, premium cocoa ye Ghana. You can't premium cocoa ye grade. Your grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Ghana cocoa ye grade 1, Cote d'Ivoire grade 2. And Chese Ghana ye cocoa, no kodu drama inswa. Ni value no ewe ni mu chen Cote d'Ivoire. In the face of this, a bag of cocoa, you are buying it from the farmers cheaper than Cote d'Ivoire. Now what here can't let me say, economy bien who are flourishing. The flourishing litmus test of an economy here, quite often talk cash crop. And even the purchase of cocoa and guano a defeating argument. Jerry Mamin found another way. Oh, say we global info analytics survey. Now, you see, we na homa abana udi animono, mampani na or kasamano no. President job approval rates. And you me show you. Jerry, this is July 2022. As of July, so we nipa 100 bia or Ghana, emu 23 pet na se kufa do bono homode. a whooping 72% say wabon enyame na metroy. Enti se me fa even this one. Na say ya 9th November ya me fa no nkwachi. Ghana Statistical Service e mo na mo hwe so mo na mo appointed statistician. Wama interesting revelation. And a bit defeating is our buying our bond. Or say imported inflation in Ghana stand today at 43.7%.
Imported inflation.
Imported inflation stands at 43.7%. Locally produced good inflation here 39.1%. I mean, finding introspective analysis, man. The attorney say, Sabane born a home modern. Now, say 1D1 of a society. Ebema inflation akofom. And these are two indicators. Or say locally goods a war Ghana it will produce or hano. Ne born a cost no a page by 39.1. However, o balance equation na imported inflation a chain yama a crabba mono. A who inflation no age na 43.7%. There is some for these two data a trace a buying 1D1 of a failure. In the same research by Ghana Statistical Service, or trace food inflation stood at 43.7%, non-food at 37.8%. Jerry, Arabia obe whom mine, our food inflation above 25%. You are heading into a ditch. Look, what is this whole issue of censure? And for me, there is all kind of Ghanaian constitution where Article 82, Clause 5. In as much as exercise or more yen a year weighted, so read the Article 82, Clause 5. Exercise where exercise in futility. There you know why. Exercise no more yen would no. I won't waste my time to watch. Maminka Article 82 of the Constitution, Clause 5, or say where a vote of censure is passed against a minister, and that this article the president may, unless the minister resign his office, revoke his appointment as a minister.
Okay, so the bar stops with
the president. Exercise in futility. Look,
and so men far.
What from fan to Mutim say, I am saying on this show, the whole is an exercise in futility. And Kobabia. The Indian Kobabia say, Article 82, Clause 5 for say even if Parliament succeed to pass a vote of censure in the minister, say minister nankasa and free payment resign it. Na man penina nyina eye consonant work. Eye me de said Jerry on this show was cite UK. And me cite two countries amano, South Africa and UK. South Africa nya me finance minister bi na ne your friend hala.
No, but what nya okay, you know what it will also means means finance minister need to mean my parliament and be transact business via
Jerry,
that is it.
That is why it even make it defeatist. How many ministers are the ministry?
And the finance ministry.
How many ministers?
There are 3.
Thank you.
The substantive minister plus 2 deputies.
Great, I love that. It means, hey, Obibian Kofa budget to be non-central and say on behalf of the president.
Tienye.
So offer budget statement, read the preamble or say on behalf of who? The president. It means, hey, finance ministry prepare we are. What to bet Marco Copper. It is not cast in stone. Say, Opesa with the finance ministry document called parliament. I can't say finance minister.
I said the last time I went to me, Honorable Sechimen Sabunsu.
So you support my argument. So do you support my argument now?
I'm not entirely, but I'm only
fully. It means it means say finance minister prepared a document we are. There is no binding law. I chess or no ankasa and is not validated. The attorney say, "Met matna maswe." No, I prepare every dog. Me, we are so deputy, General Kokain. Does it defeat the constitution? No, it's not in contravention. The point I mean making is say, Obian can Article 82, Clause 5. What kind of clause we are? A better said this whole exercise of censure no, is baseless. In fact, we'll be a because say the day we now my report now couple in Parliament. Now you vote to you say your censure. Can still be
no, but and yeah, important say educated MPs on what the constitution is. They know. So why do you think they are still towing this line? They've I mean, taking our time for how many days now?
Politics,
setting up committees.
Politics is a game, and you go by formation and tactics. Obiang function team is game people are playing, and me can
the minority is also playing along.
Majority, They trigger the fire.
Your MPs, minority.
That is why I am telling you, sir, on show way, so mark my words. It's an exercise in futility. Particle 82 clause 5. Mami fe no to ho na memra dade so. Adade say economy bia agiegu. Na uko UK a Oma saki omo finance minister, Oma saki omo prime minister. Me sati 2 countries amano. South Africa. Na omo finance minister friend nhla no ni ne bone oye. Uko South Africa you great families. The Senka Kromo ha, Despite family, Kwesichum family, you the Guta family. The Guta family are decided for ministerial appointment. Finance minister no born in say the Guta family through a party, they organize the party. And oko be. Ade che yes, oh, nhla party awako inti. The Guta family are always complicit in corruption. Step down. He stepped down honorably. What the Kromo ha? Wo finance minister oye ubusu eni wo party mu. E the money bobo se no how. Wo finance minister national cathedral yesi wakoyi scam farmer kwanso eno how. These are matters of great concern. Mame for unko UK. Hwe kwesi kwa atene born anything. Uko UK a omo main budget and mini budget is a supplementary budget in Ghana. Sa na ka no. And oko present mini budget in UK parliament. Or present budget no. And o ma tax cuts. The chair say otete to also. Say the temamufo ni business ho be hen han omo. And a UK for say to na watete so ma temamufo ho ato omo no. Amman na boka 120 billion pounds. Ubetim the sa papa we ya compare Ken Oforiatta. Let me tell you. Say yenya kwesi kwa acha nke pe Ghana than Ken Oforiatta. Because finance minister exchequer or be presented attitude to also. Any the other man be boss and the na ope. So the example he cited of UK is a non-starter. And that even argument slapping right in the face. Say the kwesi kwa acha here you resign you know. I'm calling on his own finance minister say so see you Kenny Ghana ye pedia and now ye kase no Ken Oforiatta should gather the moral courage and turpitude. No one can check Ghana for say look so why you be a sister why you be a trasonya will be a twaso on farm wine and last of it all Ken Oforiatta catch Ghana for so on your ketua on your entitlement. Yes Jerry so we a finance minister on your ketua on your entitlement yes if famine to wa o how ne sen senka meni no obi anka meni akatua meni entitlement de na anka baabi amani koi a me braid de enka me da so na pa Monday morning
no owo mine mu do owo pepa so besumo mine no it's not until say obetimi asomo mine no sompa ono aboni to
Kamas can say or say religion is the opium of the masses. Kamas go and read Marxism principle or say religion is the opium of the masses. What now say we say Ghana population about 72% are Christopher. And this is your kind of speech. 30% is biblical quotation. Look, if we need those people, in Quebec for Archbishop Duncan Williams, no, be finance minister. We need men who are true to their words. And let me tell you, under the Fourth Republic, you know, and you don't want to vote or send your affect, no. In the year 1999, Kwame Pepra went through the same situation. Honorably, he must go. Honorably, Jerry, without any equivocation.
But that's
I mean, Mestre Minuya. Edino. Mestre Bernard. Said, as someone may can you now want you back.
Oh, it's all to something.
But imagine, and then Ushani responses now. The Okoti ye, can say Ghana for what all kind of bro for making country. Ghana for Bibresi or Mino. Enkoye nyama moayede make us and can say my name warm repa. I never mentioned anything like that. So quoting this to disprove me said ya meka no man kan ye no emze what ampa ho kakra ya meka ye
na o kan afro barometer eno an da wani mu ya
na meka ya kire no say oman no obi anim ya bura omampani kasa no kan say oman ni moayede metena hai meka say amai tremo mai ba ko a ni economy ni gina ne nan so na me ka o mai economy o ka koko ya economy ngwa but say who the product ba ko price chere how well an economy is doing na price na o ko tunu kra na nya Cote d'Ivoire for na chere bo no amai dwaso ne chere bo no na who the ya ka say economy ba ko a gina ne nan so o si koko bo I don't get it. The mestre wakinka materials be I say wako exam na wapo anto no na wo call ye no niam no so wadwi bebre gu trimu nti say we release upon no bebre because answer what me can about look skin of Oriata me say me your no me okay mesre ebi anama nka ne ye ebi mesre matwe asan
I may use same on you before you close.
So I am the type of person I won't offend you enti but me try say niam na wo try say niam na wo try say wo dey disprove me position no back kura ni ho no ma hwe me can say me can or use 1D1F to justify the fact that the country is not doing well. I don't get it. Me mantias here. Adia ba kwa me kan ya. Me kan ya. So let me
my question is under President Akufo-Addo, over 300 billion debt. Na say bisa. Na so the response ba say or the response ba say one district one factory interchange university be educational. Is that the best response? What clearly we in Ghana ha sikano ekwahe that 300 billion.
Sadia no bebia aksem we ba up. Me say me nuanom NDC4 because ye mienu ne wo parliament. Say me nuanom NDC4 raise issues we ya na me di omo ho ya. No wait. Omo di Ghana for chamo including me, including wo CJ. Yeah, we parliamentarians. Our parliament, no, enya tete parliament ni bia ye timi Nkrofo describe one say rubber stamp no. Enya bi na wo ho sese ano. The parliament is almost the same. In fact, metumi aka say the same number. Say nipa na ba parliament say meje bosia akwa lorry kwan. Meje bosia na yewura Mahama Tiso ana ebi Afriata Mills penso ana free yewura Kufuor penso ya ye road way dru baabi meje bosia de atoa so ya ye bridge way meje bosia de asi na say wa mo approve sika na ma no na odi sika no ko na oba parliament bioma be presenting the next budget ya ye be presenting ye budget e to so nsia na say wo ka kire me say sika na me de ma wo nira say fa ko ye road no Udi akwa chichinga. No sound bejina wanim no sound the fufuro to ho. Not the same parliament na apai na ni obi antumi mbule obi awoso no. Na wasa approve next one no. Na nti omo pesa omo kire ken no for yata say 300 million ni nyina ba akokra mfa parliament. 300 billion no. Na ni nyina de omo kan say omfa nkoye no wankwa nkoye. Na obetna ha na waka kire Ghana for say oh waje 300 billion. 300 billion me na me de ba no. Anamo parliamentarians na modemano. Na modemano no mu ye due diligence. Mu ko check say dia ye can say fire. Na one man is cast on fan ko ye o can say den flyover anameboa. O can say interchange. Niama na o can one man is cast on fan ko ye no de ko ya friend say enya misappropriation. Enya kro no enya boni under the laws of Ghana. Na say parliament ne tena ho na wan ka hwe. Na menu amene no ye nye parliamentarians na wote ha na wusu. What do you want the people of Ghana to tell you?
You see?
Until the American Kosiani said, look, our issues not raising here, no grano. Besides, we're into me digress here. But let me tell you, the UK has a different constitution. And a UK for no, Ghana won't be president. It has to go through a certain rigorous process. They have a different constitution. But the American say when say be you offended, I may say my fiancé. But me see so
you do a lot look at you for
there me can say one tie and say after changing Kweku Kwatin or this say Kwesi Kwatin after changing Liz Trust after changing all of them no has the economy taken the right shape that and I just opposed it against Ken Oforiatta say yes Saki Ken Oforiatta the dollar will not go back to 6 cities.
It's not true.
That's what I said. The American na say one tier my timubium but the American say Ghana there is a solution for this country. May say in 1933 there was something happened. There was a great depression. We are in a depression now. The whole world is in a depression. Ghana nibia you see it is easy to talk about na ha na yewura Mahama nkasa na panibi ebe sorry yen owura atofo senum be sorry no mo akasa o niama nkoye ya niama nkoye nti okasa niama nkoye I will associate with him Banchi Boyedin Banchi Boyedin inflation is 44%. It is true, so I will associate with him and every Ghanaian better as here na Ghana for agiatum on country yen on my the solution the pill eduro na ye no mu a ebema 40 inflation of 44% ne beba 9%.
Ma maybe say same way.
What will bring us back to 9% is what Nanado had already started. Washase. The Okan said Ghana, the only thing that happens in an economy, and na me can say what kind huma bebre. The way I ukasa but the way I apply no, and no ne hami. The hami say the only way a country's economy will improve is when you are exporting more than you are importing an army. The way I sika no, ebe kosoro, ebe ma osika na kosoro. Yes, sir, who hia obi sika na wo di akoto aduane adi. Na who hia obi sika na wo di ayelo require. Me, I have said it a million times. Say Ghana yes starting, yes sir. Say ya kwan President Kufuor did it. The Gang of Four Roads no see yan jiji sika wo man mu ne yemfa nya man mombotia. But say wo sorry o chira no pa na me hia lorry kwan o hia lorry kwan. Wo hia hospital me hia hospital. Ye produce niam e be ma yan sika ye de beto sa niam no. Na say ye sorry na ye me ba CJ ho CJ mpacho wo me ba school fees edu CJ ma me kakra. Na ma call me nua ho ena de me baba ko yare nti ma me kakra. I am impoverishing myself and my people. And that is how Ghana has been. Ghana for amutie me. Twa obi anhwe manim. Enya NDC 1, Enya NDC 2, Enya Tamils, Enya Mahama. All of us have had up to about 40% of budget support from donor community. Do you know that?
Okay.
Under Mahama, what was the percentage of donor support?
NS.
Under Mahama, we moved our loans from 9 billion to 126 billion. What percentage was that?
Okay.
So the American
point well made.
Say your percent of my yijna nice one. Support what Nanado is saying. Ghana ni bia who to me who dria ebeye yi. Let's go into agriculture. Let's go into production.
Ernest.
Let's go into things that will raise the economy.
I have few questions and then we'll be wrapping up in about 15 minutes. Ben, can Oforiate's apology, right timing, a brainy, and so better late than never.
There is much ado about nothing. Now,
Papacho
Nkobebia. It said the Oja Tinche who are boss na taso. He found echo. He is Ohun also a co-president of Ghana. And you see, let me address few issues I will raise because he gave a rebuttal. On say Okase NDC abandada move Ghana cut from 9.5 billion to 126 billion. It's not true. 122 billion. So that is factually inaccurate. Check it. 4 billion is a good money.
Strike the percentage.
No, it's factually
strike the percentage and
what
percentage was it?
Na me apply wrong. Also me who so on can they were making argument on can or no say me can and I'm applying it wrongly. But me who say they were can say on can cry. So can here. And go make some argument to make it. Where a global info analytics survey. Right? Now, you see I'm in for one court page. Should the economic management team be replaced? I am this in a Troy. 78% of Ghana force say yes, they should go.
4% say no opinion,
no
and then
opinion.
18% says no. Okay.
And it may be so no. Or to hear justify say a bindable saying I want to confer parliament. And a parliament may approve.
But he asked a very critical question.
Jeremy, but
I would need you to respond.
Jeremy, but I'll respond to all. So
sure.
Let's beat down the interjection.
Okay.
What a platform we saw. It justifies say mampany and a budget or take it to parliament. The end who say mind we have more running my way. Say busunya japade. And now mamu na kufu this excellency obu aya busunya panyi na odi. Chairman mampany ba kwa na for public o to kon de na konwa nante. Now what I said
is serious.
It's a serious matter. It's a dent on the presidency. It's a dent on the presidency.
It's a big dent with his chair.
Show me one
so
president.
He
under the fourth report.
Please. We are talking economy.
It's a dent on the presidency. But you see, it's a cost. It's a cost. Have you sat down to do calculations on the amount of
food? You are buying dollar at 50 cities. We are talking about chairs.
Once Okasana has a program.
Anymore,
all Casano, I have reservation. But
make
us so you should just keep his comment. My main country,
you have the floor.
So also are buying anymore. From the year 2017, by payment, what calculative food do as I could consume and school down to do a bit in your see. It's part of the needless expenditure. One will say the crusader against corruption. That catcher will say, We borrow for consumption.
The economy is
We borrow for consumption.
I'll give you a time.
We have concession and non-concession. It's a meme ya buying. Na me ko bobosia. Na me bobosia ni wie. Na me ko OGM, Office of Government Machinery. Na employees are na under former government was less than 1,000. Na me should na ko be 1,008. The implication is that a chunk of the borrowing going to consumption. And who say me eka? Nyama wudi no. Sub-Saharan Africa, I'm saying it on this show, upon this put me say Anthony Yako. Tell me one country back one ODM budget, in Ghana. Is it Nigeria, South Africa, Botswana, Kenya, or where? Meanwhile, the economists of this country are far bigger than Ghana. Into what Africa ha? Africa, what you know? The first top 5 big economies, Ghana and Cameroon. But in the face of that, budget how they come and panya soen, in Nigeria, in Egypt, in Morocco, and so the GDP of this country are bigger than your country. And it's all beside same man, finance minister Achopana Wapana. He fan Achopana. Would Achopa reduce inflation? And no throw tantrum be said, Kwesi Kwarteng and Liz Truss going will not solve UK problem. A total force. Go back and check 3 weeks ago. Abra Boris Johnson declared a person about to become a prime minister. No? 2 days after so announced say, oh maybe you know, the market started responding. In fact, when you are running a free market, instead of responding, what makes it different?
Information drives the market.
What makes it different? So let him start on the economy will change.
Ernest, please.
You see, Jerry on say or Kasa. I keep quiet for him to make his point. He should give him the same respect.
We are running out of time.
Let me tell you. So now catch them and say, Ken of Freata Konam economy change. You are not econometrics.
Okay, so
Medina UK. So then, Mami Jerry Mami Medina UK. 3 weeks ago. Boris Johnson made the point, so Pastor Bob come back. 3 days later, no change in Adom, so oh, Nyamabu. Few seconds, the market started responding. A buy be around a capitally driven economy to say MPP are buying no. There's a direct impact on people's personality and how the market responds. Let me tell you today, Dr. Kofi Wampa, when he was the governor of Bank of Ghana, at a point of changing, the dollar started coming down, the city appreciating. Let me say this on this show to the power. McKenna Fratton resigned by Monday. In less than 1 month, the economic indicators are especially on depreciation will start edging up. Entimasreno, Okofia, no one control letter. No one come cancel or bar show we so no. The popular court is on resigning. So when Timan yes had he has no business to tell NDC MP for say they are not part of the problem. Okay, you are the problem.
I'll be activating my phone lines. 0302 time may activate phone lines quickly. Okay, quick response.
In fact, or pie no I'm say yeah come view. The can say this is what every finance minister in the current situation will want to do to his people. So best reward because me finance minister bia any obia obu o man bia na adwene ni say ana say ne botae ni say ne man ebe konkan na ne man fo edi ana me boa say ba ne sa na menua abai na obia ne business be flourishing na bibia akoyi anka obia ni beje me ya mampani anka mani beje nanso say we have finance minister na wo pen so na there is a recession na say wo mindful e ho akire wo mu na o mu kan I will be remorseful. That is that is the spirit behind phone lines, the apology.
Not 030221170124 0302211701211702211703. But our friend has a UTA and I'll share your TV so not well low TV no na etimi atwetwe nkomo.
Intermediate menti ase was apology no. Nye say bia o person kan kire Ghana for say ma nya de kura ntino mo me nya sa na me.
Let's free na kumem.
The okan ye ni say ne my says oye finance minister emre ti say na nkrofo ho akire wo mo a obia esu no. To that extent he is sorry.
That chopper no enye da. Let's say Ghana Ghana for.
Oh, ne time. Me but na have say I support the fact me won the shoes mo. I think of everywhere. Me won the shoes mo anka ochina no pa me di madwuma beto. And now say anka me ntwempo ma century.
Meaning that a chopper na yet too late.
If I were in his shoes anka me say me nyono. If I were the president Now, me appointed now. I would have reshuffled a lot of my ministers when things were not going. Me man penny. But the American say when we sit here, we are expressing opinions and other things. But Adia Bakwan say, and Nisa ye refi. Me in 2009. Here at Amels Bedi Adia no. By 2010, now this is first started to judgment debts. Gallopers, Bia, Rollins, order ya or see on Triana, Kwana and Mantem, no Makutia. Gallopers, ya pro. Oh no, me landi waha. Yeah, me landi was only say, no mutu to judgment debt. Me can't say will be beside me this issue. Then, me can say, look, at Amels na ya appointing a president. Say ne pen so no judgment debt no jidi say Ghana for appointing the son betray fine but the time will come and Ghanaians will he will account for his
stewardship. And that's 2 minutes na fi me come phone lines no so Mohammed is on my line 2 minutes quickly.
Jerry, you see there was here said they should accept their incompetency.
Oh, you want
in
equalization, you will never get that.
Please I don't like this. Oh, Kasami Nyabrema, so respect me in that thought. Jerry, if we be allocative inefficiency in a context, what it means is say, oh, running Maya, it said the Wakwala. Ubet me awo ba, is Kaniba Kulani Bewu. Sakulani wu and just a bad parent. But say allocative inefficiency show in running economy. Now we show arrogance, it goes down west. Abraham man we shall say from the rating agency, Bloomberg, Standard & Poor, Moody, etc. All of them started giving indicators, say you are heading into a ditch. World Bank, IMF started giving indicators, say, baby, I'm not the mine economy yet. Where's of it all? IMF, go to their website and read for yourself. They released a report on borrowing on concessional, non-concessional. And aggregators say, baby, I'm not the mine economy. And now say a chunk of Mumbosia for consumption. About all these things.
I know.
Let me end the league.
But Fatchemen, I'm on phone lines, so we can just wrap up beautifully. Mohammed, good morning. Hello, Mohammed. Okay, Mohammed line no. 0302 211701 211702 211703 211704 0302 21170124. Na wabanku monim quickly na fi ya wrap up. Hello, good morning. Daniel. Hello, good morning, Daniel.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, maone sumai o kasa free hindan.
Yo, Daniel kasa free KGB.
Good. Yenti o Daniel.
Yo, Daniel asemani say. Aban no chance here or ye no borrowing ni na no. Tebi, abebia ye catch ne say or ye budget overrun. But or ye budget overrun ni we bebe pa. Na ko bu bia na o de aba be chiachia. Ni na ka hobi. That's go feed me ye catch ne say omo to mo bo afi. Na omunya na kakra na bi propo ho a omu wosika ombeba betinye tua ama omo mma no no abai na nti ni nyina no kapa o free school feeding that time onya kapa o free school free education.
Okay,
waya mati say tani nyina no abai overrun
me da say Daniel oba no aboni tewaman Daniel me da say pa yenko enim nia owo ho Nathaniel otemenka.
Yes please
bibi aboko.
Yes, everything is okay.
Let's hear you. Where are you calling from? Let's hear you.
I'm calling from Upper East region.
Let's hear you, Nathaniel.
Yes, I think I want to congratulate my brother in white for the submission, the substantial submissions he has made with reference to data for the good people of Ghana to understand that a lot is actually going wrong. But I would like to ask my brother in black that if your child is mismanaging your resources that you have kept him in charge, will you save your resources by removing him and putting another child in place? Or you are going to allow him to keep mismanaging it simply because you will not be able to recover the debt rate at which he has incurred on your behalf? If he has a business that his child is mismanaging the business, will you save?
Okay, but that's it. Thank you very much, Nathaniel. Your point is well made. Hello, good morning. Bash. Yemfa last caller na Yemfa NC last caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Okay. Episode 10 who TV ni so. No. Pacho, yan drop call ni fancy ha. Until you wrap up.
Yes. Jerry,
wrap up.
Me be free ha kono. Assemble akopena me woman NDC for Ghana for. aban we to say obi ansu afa no bia ne omayaka nti ade BNDC MDP band ne nsa be so no na agego the only alternative for Ghana for twen ba be creative buffers as sustaining mine no NDC and he said we NDC near regardless of differences be we are the savior for this country now and me be free ha kono na me kai NDC man so say on the 17th December sami photo kuntonton preko.
Yes, sorry, Ernesto. 1 minute.
They didn't and there are many ways to kill a mosquito. There are too many ways to kill a mosquito. Okay. Mr. Ghana for you now. If you are seeing you now, the whole world, including baby, yeah, catch a CJ said by visa channel power the America no money they keka ho no mo si omutiase and they are doing
so mama officer say ameko
omo yire omo ho say omo be solve problem no na Ghana for solution no has never been political made there be ameka men for political solution to don't give a political solution to an economic problem.
Okay.
My economist sense of aduane na ewo akurase no me obi a okacha aban say kofa aduane no bra krom na yentumi
no me say yeah mama na babedafo say Ernest Bernard, thank you guys very much for coming. Production team solid. Mauli Walanyo, thank you guys for supporting me. The chief Jerry Fortin here, sorry na afema we say happy 73rd anniversary to Winneba senior high school. Me the chief Jerry Fortin and yeah sorry afena maululu so Enra na your birthday you are 3 years happy birthday from your dad Walanyo and we are back on Saturday next week. Am I free? The price for greatness is responsibility.